Hello everyone, this is Tripper, yet again with Chivalry Medieval Warfare. Only my favorite game that involves heads and swords. Today, I will be teaching you guys how to play the Knight in Chivalry. Now, the Knight is my favorite class, and I'm going to be teaching you many different ways to use him. With shield, without shield, with hammer, with all different weapons, and all nice things. Now, let's just make sure the masses do not interrupt us in this time of prayer and song, yes? Okay, well, right now I'm going to be showing you how to use the Sword of War, which is by far the best sword for the Knight, in my opinion at least. And I'm going to show you how to do well with it. As you can see, we're fighting against another Knight. And obviously people will beat me at points because they are simply better than me. It just happens. But I will try to spew out as many tactics as possible. And I promise you none of this is staged at all. These are random fucking people in a big-ass duel lobby. So we're going to start by just showing you a nice, clean round of the Knight. Oh, we got a good feinter here. Ooh. Well, as you can see, this guy knows how to feint. What does he think he's doing? Oh yeah, Achilles. Well, I have bested our opponent for the first round. Now the second round I'll try to spew out some tactics if I can. Good fight indeed. That's one tactic you should always learn to do. Respect your enemy. Good fight them. Okay, well last round you could see that he was feinting me quite a bit. I'm going to try to use that tactic. I don't normally use it, but I'll show you how to use it effectively. Now what you want to do, you want to get right up close to them so they don't actually see the feint happening. That's another tactic I'll describe later. As you see, it worked there because I feinted at just the right moment. This guy also knows how to feint quite well. You also need to learn how to be aggressive. I realize I'm just jumping around here. And it's good to be honorable whenever possible, but sometimes you just gotta kick a guy into the spikes, you know? I'm just kidding. I hope you guys learned something about feinting during that round. Okay, but alright, super serial time. Let's see if we can't find another tactic to teach you guys. I'm just spewing out random tactics. This is totally improvisational. Now, I just showed you guys how to feint, more or less, with the sword. You want to get nice and up close with it, and then feint. Feinting long distance doesn't make much sense because people can prepare for it. At least the more skilled of us can. Now, I guess I can show you how to block effectively. You want to be able to predict when and where you should block. So, right now, I was just blocking willy-nilly against this guy. Okay, now I'm gonna show you only at the last second you want to block. You don't want to block like, Okay. Well, this guy is pretty overly aggressive, and that got him killed. Well, as you can see, you do not want to block just straight up randomly. You want to get right up to them and watch their weapon. Play the tutorial if you haven't already. But if you have, you'll know that you want to stare straight at the tip of the enemy's weapon, or the point at which it's going to hit you. I find that the most effective. If you're not that good at following moving objects, just try to follow the general shape of the weapon with the sword, or with whatever you're blocking with. I'm going to try to take some hits against this guy, just to show you guys how to block effectively. You want to keep your eye on the weapon at all times, so you can block it effectively. And if they do a combo strike, you need to be able to block both. We're just going to end his life nice and quick. And almost gone. There we go. Have a nice day. Alright, I hope I tell you guys something about blocking during that segment. Now, let's see if we can't teach you guys about a hammer. Just as soon as... Oh, yes. Another general movement tactic. This works with any class. For the last couple things I'm going to teach... These things are just general tactics, alright? This tactic is ducking. You have probably seen this and or experienced it yourself. But if you haven't, it's a fantastic tactic. It's high risk, high reward. You've probably seen it in the loading screen. Very hard to do. And this guy likes a side swing, so... Oh, it does not work about 75% of the time. Let's see if we can get it done at least once. Come on. Alright, one duck. One duck. Just one. Nope. Okay, I seem to have come against someone who is good against duckers and who likes heads as well. I guess we'll try that again later. But while we're at it, I will teach you guys some good skills of the hammer. And the hammer is my favorite weapon. It is called the Maul in the game. Most damage out of any weapon in the game, by far. And let's see if we can't just... The point of the hammer is just to get 2 hits on the guy. Basically, it is a straight-up kill and thrill weapon. I don't know what that means, but I just like the sound of it. And you want to only hit when you know it's going to hit them. Because this shit takes so long to strike. And you miss once, you're kind of screwed with it. As you can see, this guy isn't that superb, so he hasn't taken advantage of most of my misses. It's good to attack with this weapon as soon as you see your enemy, like right after your enemy is done attacking with his own weapon. Ooh, shit. Ooh, almost got me there. You need to be really careful of that backswing. Also, another high-risk, high-reward you can do with the hammer, specifically, is an overhead. Overhead swing with the hammer takes the longest out of any attack of any weapon, but it does the most damage possible in the game, basically. Another general tactic I can spew at you is that when you see an enemy reeling back for a wind-up shot, as in they just sideswiped you, and they're gonna come back for that thing, they just sideswipe you, and then they go in for the stab. If they do that, then it's much harder, much easier to block, I'm sorry. It's much easier to attack while they're changing attacks, like from sideswipe to poke. I'm not sure if you got anything that I just said, but hopefully some of it came through to someone. Okay. Now, any more hammer tactics? Yeah. The poke with the hammer, use it vigorously, because it is the fastest thing, and it keeps your enemy on your toes, makes them block more. Also very easy to hit people with. And if, this is another general tactic, if you do not think you're going to hit the enemy with your weapon, you're almost 100% certain it will not hit the enemy, do your best to hit some surface with the weapon. By hitting a surface, you do what he just did. Your weapon stops in its tracks. Hitting a surface is a lot faster than letting the blow go coldly across the air, right? Alright, now, let's just practice this. Oh, we can't do that, okay. I'll practice that at another point. No, I'll practice that right now. It's a good tactic to know. And I enjoy it. Alright, well, we have yet to lose. That's a good thing. Alright, let's show you this thing. I'll just give you a quick example, and then I'll try to use it in my fight. So if I'm swinging, and I know I'm going to miss him because he crawls right out of my range as soon as I start the swing, you want to hit a surface, because that's much faster than hitting nothingness. Let's see if I can't make this. Okay, I was able to hit him that time. Now, I can't hit him, right? Well, let's say I couldn't hit him. I probably could hit him. But I hit the ground, and it came back much faster. I was able to block. I would have been able to block his next attack had he came at me with him. And his head is gone. That's always a good thing to get rid of their head. But this tactic is really useful for hammers and other slow weapons. Take a long recoil. And, yeah, you need to know that kind of thing with a hammer because it's very slow, very unwieldy at times, but with enough practice, it is the greatest thing in the game. Okay, did he go AFK? He did not go AFK. Alright, perfect. Oh, he went man-at-arms. Perfect. Now, how to fight the faster enemies with your hammer is not an easy task. They are very hard to kill with this thing because you are so slow. You need to be very strategic. You need to feint sometimes if you can, and you need to throw in hits where you can. But, as I said, be strategic. Use your smarts against them. See, he was trying to duck around thinking he was going to be smart and all that shit, but that did not work. Okay, let's move on. We went over hammer, sword, now we will go over the axe. The poleaxe is by far my favorite. I'm only going over my favorite weaponry because it's not worth going over any others. You can grind and unlock them, don't worry. But yeah, the poleaxe is the most versatile heavy weapon. The most versatile knight weapon. Because it is long like the sword, but it puts out a lot of damage like the hammer. Great all-around weapon. I love it. As you can see, unlike the sword and the hammer, the range on this thing is utterly crazy. At least I think it is. Wait, let's see how far we can get. Okay, not horribly far. But still, it does a crud load of damage. And this guy wasn't very smart. Yeah, he's not using his shield very nicely. Oh, and another cool thing about the poleaxe, it does not chop off heads unless the guy is alive. It actually crushes heads if they're dead. It's pretty cool. In terms of fighting styles, you could treat the poleaxe much like a sword because it has about the same amount of speed and range. So, it's all around a great weapon. And if you're looking for a good all-around weapon for the knight, try to get the second axe. The double-sided axe is kind of redundant. I guess as a really heavy weapon you could go with it. You see, I missed him, and I hit that. It's useful in all scenarios. And also another thing you want to do, if you can, use the environment. Or don't. That works too. Use the environment as a sort of excuse to get your enemy to move away. Well, that's about all there is with the axe. Flail. Now, I haven't had too much time with the flail, but I have learned some tricks of the trade. And I shall show you them now. Okay. Well, now, you have to use this. This is a mandatory shield. You cannot turn off the shield. But you need to use it to your advantage, even if you don't like using shields. I'll show you some shield gameplay in a minute or so. But, whoa. Looks like we're fighting a fellow flailer. Use the push with the shield as much as possible. That would be your front mouse wheel. It is the fastest attack. Only use the actual flail for finishers. It is worthless otherwise. It is extremely slow. It's on par with the hammer in slowness. It gives the enemy a low amount of time to react because it's so fast to hit, but it's slow for you to strike. So if they are attacking whilst you're striking with a faster weapon, you're kind of screwed. So, basically with the flail, I explained to you. And when you're going in for the kill, use side swipes more than your overheads. Because this thing is very specific when it hits. And the range is also huge. I guess I just noticed. And that was easy. Okay, I don't have much to say about the flail. I apologize, but that's all we got today. Now, as a side note, for those of you who really like speed over destruction, I'm going to show you guys a small gameplay with the mace. Grand mace, that is. And, in fact, yeah, we're going to show you a small gameplay with the grand mace. Sir Beavis of Titicaca. Quite the name. Quite the name. Okay. Now, this thing's signature move, if you've seen my my recent video, or soon to be recent, I don't know, about, it was a last team standing, dear God. Oh, this thing has a massive range if you use it. This guy is overly aggressive. How to deal with overly aggressive people? I know this is a random tip. Overly aggressive people, they will charge you, they will get up close, they feel like that's the ultimate solution. And if that doesn't work, then they'll just keep trying the same thing. But how to deal with them, kick them. Get them on your own ground and block everything. They're easy to block if you watch their hands. As you can see, range is pretty massive. He was like way out of my eyesight, and I'm not hitting his head. There we go. Poof. Oh. Yay. Perfect. So as you can see, the range on this thing is massive. It's beautimous. I love it. I don't really like it that much. I don't like it enough to use it because the damage isn't not as good as a maul. It's pretty good. But it's almost as slow as the maul, so keep that in mind. It has the distance, the range. It can push it. Whoa! Be wary of people who try to get behind you, and when they do so, all you must do is spin and block. That's the best you can do. I don't care what you have to say, buddy.
I wanted to do this so you could kind of get the hang of it.
Okay, thanks.
The hang of it.
Anyway, now I'm going to show you some Falchion gameplay. Falchion, if you don't have the Falchion, you better get the goddamn Falchion. The Falchion should be the only secondary weapon you ever need in your life. Without a shield, it is the fastest thing the knight can carry. I think. That's a good question. It's the fastest motherfucking thing that I can carry. The other things say... Oh, shit. Let's just go ahead and... Nope. Sorry, friend. You're not going to kill me while I'm doing this shit. This thing can block... Okay, well, obviously, it could not block very well there. But it is fast as lightning.
Alright, I'm going to leave, and then just leave the game, and then reconnect.
I'm about to show you an insta-fucking kill of this thing. Ooh, hey there, buddy. Well, as you can see, this thing pokes as fast as crazy-ass lightning. You could pass for a man-at-arms types of speed with this thing. It's crazy fast. Now, one thing that you can do with this weapon is go full-on aggressive. As I told you before, it's not a good thing to do with big-ass weapons because they're slow, but with this thing, it is easy. I'm going to show you right now. Watch this. Watch this. Alright. You just keep swinging. It works. Just block once in a while. You see, I can take a hit. Sure, I'm a knight. Fudge you. No, sorry, friend. Your weapon's in the wall. Always take their head when you can. But yeah, you can play aggressive with that weapon. Nice and easy. Now, other than the Falchion, none of these are really worth playing. I'm sorry. The Holy Water is technically slightly faster, but it does not have the kind of damage output. So I would not use it. Now, on to the shields. Now, I would only suggest using a shield with a faster weapon, such as the sword, or maybe the axe. I'm not 100% sure about that. I would also refrain from using the shield with the Falchion. I mean, you could. The Falchion is obviously really fast, but the shield kind of negates some of the speed you get out of it that you should be getting out of its two-handed, out of a number 2 weapon, secondary. All right, now hopefully all that made sense. I wonder if the game ended. I think the game ended. Oh, we're just waiting for all the duels to finish. Any tips that I missed? I hope you guys learned a lot about the knight today, but I believe I got all the tips. Feinting, very good tactic. Learn it. But eventually, you can outgrow it. I mean, I don't use it that much anymore because I just gotten so fast with my reflexes and I'm able to dodge and block everything. I don't really need to feint. But feinting is a higher level move, and unless you can grow out of it, I would suggest learning it as soon as you can. But obviously, it's higher level. You need to have some experience. As it would appear, the game is over. It's just waiting for all the duels to finish. I got in third just about. So I guess we won. Yeah, if you guys would like a more in-depth video with me explaining all the weapons, perhaps in a team objective match or last team standing maybe, I would have more time to review all of them. But otherwise, I hope you guys learned a lot. And I think I will see you guys later. Have a nice day. Like, favorite, and subscribe. Favorite if you loved it. Wait, no. Share it if you loved it. Of course, if you really loved it, then you would love me. In which case, I would send you baguettes. Oh, I did win the most duels. No, I didn't. Who cares? See you guys later. I love you deep down in my hearts. Truly, truly, truly. Have a nice day. Each and every one of you.